Now that Edgecam has been licensed, double click Edgecam Launcher, open that up, should open just fine. Click New Milling Part. I already have this preloaded to make this a little quicker. And then we're going to open our bottom of box. So this is the bottom of box that I'm going to use. You right click and you can drag it, and you need to be able to see the whole thing so you can see the orientation. Right now my box is sideways. I do not want that. I'm going to rotate it this direction so I can see it vertically and kind of pull it back just a little bit. It's really important that you have it in this orientation so long ways is facing away from you. First thing you need to do is click the automatic stock, this little stock button over here. It might not be over here, it might be somewhere else, but this is the graphic for it. So we click that, auto stock is selected, everything is defaulted, so click OK. And now it made this little blue box around it. Then the next thing you need to do is the very most important thing that you're going to do. If you don't do this correct, then you are hosed and you have to start over. So go to Geometry, click Create CPL, click Origin, and through 3 points. Again, Origin through 3 points. Click OK. The order on this is super important. So make sure you click this bottom left corner. The box has to be in this orientation or you have to start it all over again way down the road. When you go to this corner, you'll see a blue box appear around the corner. That's what you're looking for. So click right there. And now I click on this corner. I still don't see the, oh, there it is, 2, top left corner, 3, and then bottom left corner, 4. So again, that's bottom left, bottom right, top left, and then back to the start, bottom left again. And what you're looking for when you're done with this is this CPL is what tells the milling machine where the X and the Y and the Z directions are. And that's why this is so important that you do it in this orientation. So I believe the green is in the Y direction, right along that axis. The red is in the X direction, right along this edge, and the Z is in the vertical direction, perfectly aligned with that. That is where you're going to put your milling bit, right on this corner. That's where 0, 0, 0 is. So if you didn't get it in that spot, go to Geometry, create CPL, re-click Origin through 3 points, do it again. So we are good with this. Now we click Feature Finder, and it found a flat face, a pocket, and then the open mill on the outside. That is good. So now we go to manufacture mode. If you did not find those features, you're going to have to redo your CPL. Something didn't turn out right. It's defaulted OK, so you can click OK on that. And the last thing we need to do is click Roughing Operation. We're going to rough cut this out. So right now it didn't show my features, but if I click this little F, that's features. That's what I'm looking for. S is sequence. And we want to mill out the open pocket. So you can see that it's now red if I go on 2D pocket. Click it one time, that hit the enter key twice, and then you get this window. So we're going to have this mill type as optimized. Yours might be set to climb conventional. Let's just leave it as optimized. Our bit will cut in both directions. And 50% step over, so this should, or the rest of it should be okay. Click on tooling, set your feed rate to 40, your plunge rate to 20, speed of 5,000, and diameter to 0.25. So pause this if you need to get that information. Make this full screen. It's a lot easier to see it. And then go to depth. Clearance is preset to 0.25. You want the cut increment to 0.22. You're cutting down 0.65. So if we go 0.22 increments, then 3 increments will make the cuts all the way to the bottom. So let's click OK. You can see this tool path. You can see that there's from this top edge here, there's 3 layers of cutting that it takes to get to the bottom. Now we still need to mill out the outside, so let's rough again. And we're going to do the open mill on the outside edge, so click that once, hit the enter key twice. Optimize is good. Your tooling is 40, 20, 5,000, and 0.25, same as the other one. And the depth on this one, we're going to set at 0.1. And we say OK. And you should see a tool path something like this. So now at this point we're going to simulate machining. That's this little button up here with the mill bit going through. Click simulate machining and then click the play button, and it shows you what the actual milling machine is going to do when it mills it out. I'm going to fast forward this to the end, and that is what it's going to end up looking like. So at this point you should press print screen to take a screenshot, and then go to your assignment and then Control V, paste that in there. So pause this right now, your work, and take that screenshot and paste it in your document. Once you're done with that, then close this up, and you have one last step. You need to generate the code. So remember how we used to have to write lines of code one by one? Well, the awesome thing about Edgecam is it does it all for you. So instead of having to tell the bit to go from coordinate to coordinate, we can just click a button. and it's going to generate the CNC code. So then we click OK. We don't have to type anything in here. And mine already exists. I'm overwriting it. Yours probably won't say that. So I'm going to put my name in there, Brian Thomas. All right, and click OK. And so now we have the code. So check this out. We got, it counts by even. So we got about 800 lines of code here that it just wrote for us. We need to do a couple quick edits on this. You need to get rid of line N6. We do not want a tool change. T00 is a tool change. We don't want that. So highlight it and click the delete key. Remember now G90 is absolute coordinates. MO3 turns a spindle on to an S5000, a speed of 5000, so that's good. We need to find the other tool change because there was a second one. So I'm going to search for T00. You don't need to have it capitalized, just type T00. We got to get rid of this too. So I'm going to click X on that. And we actually are going to get rid of the, you can see here it turns the spindle off. It tries to do a tool change and it turns the spindle back on. Well, we're going to use the same bit, so we don't need any of that. So highlight those 3 lines. And yours may or may not be the same numbers here. Just make sure you do a find of T00. And then I'm going to delete those 3 lines from MO5 to MO3 here. So those are done. At that point, our code is in good shape. And again, the reason you have 2 spots is you have 2 operations, the middle and the outside edge. And it doesn't know if you want a different tool, so it just assumes you're going to do a tool change there. So now we click Save, and it should save that as the name of this file, bottom box. And that's all you need to do at this point. And then we're going to show you in the next step how to open this up in CNC Base so that you can mill it.